Looks like we're live now. My name is Deborah Barton-Birden from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I want to welcome you to the 15th day of our 28-day Principal Teachings Challenge of a reading of The Magic, a book by Rhonda Byrne. The Magic is a 2012 self-help and spirituality book that is in the third. It is the third book in the series of The Secret. The Secret is a teaching of the law of attraction, and I have chosen to share this book with everyone so you can experience. We're live now. My name is Deborah Barton-Birden. I want to welcome so you can experience the teachings of our 28-day. Whoa. Principal Teachings. I've got an echo going. Hold on a minute. Let me find this. Reading of the Magic, a book by Rhonda Byrne. The Magic is a 2012 self-help and spirituality book that is in the third. It is the third my in the series Facebook page is going. Okay, got it now. Got it now. Apologize for that. I had my Facebook 22 social page open, and we got an echo, like a delayed echo of everything I have been saying. I apologize for that. I am airing in the Hangout, the tiny chat room. I'm thinking it's coming through. Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got that covered too. Well, let's see here. I got kind of thrown off by that mishap there, but as I was saying, we are learning how to live a life of gratitude, and we're in a 28-day challenge of the principles and teachings of the book, The Magic. As I said, it's the third book in a series of Rhonda Byrne's The Secret. I hope you all had a great weekend, and mine was very quiet, relaxing, and I kind of cleaned up my computer. Got all those bookmarks and stuff that just don't work anymore. You know how you bookmark something and you go back and it's not there anymore. You know, because everything is always changing, evolving, and getting in alignment with where they are in that time, and leaving the past behind, which is what the law of attraction says that we need to do is leave the past in the past, live in the present, and prepare for the future. And as you go through this personal development and growth with wisdom, obtaining wisdom, you will become a more empowered person, a more inspired person to help others. I believe these are universal truths for optimal living, and that's why I've taken it on to share this with other people. Excuse me. So with that, I have opened up the quick Q&A to the, let me see here. I apologize today. The Q&A is not open, so we won't be able to run questions through the event page. But if you're on one of our satellite pages, you can put a question in the comment section, and I will make sure that I address them tomorrow when we start up. Because I had to close my Facebook page down, so if you're on my 22 social page, I won't be able to see it right now. Before we get started, I'd like to offer up something that I'd like to start our reading with, and I ask that everyone take the time to listen to the words that is being shared through this.
As I awaken with the gift of yet another day and prepare for the tasks at hand, I offer up this most ardent prayer. I pray for continued clarity of purpose, so that I may hold my vision steady and keep my focus on the needs and success of others, which in turn shall bring me my success. I pray for the wisdom to expect abundance in my life, that it surrounds me and is available for the taking, and to be shameless and unapologetic upon its receipt, for I deserve abundance. I pray for a cheerful countenance, be it clear or cloudy skies, and that I may radiate and infect others with my positive attitude. I pray for the trust of others, that they may recognize my sincerity and true intentions, so that we may move forward together. I pray for the strength to fend off adversity and use my desire and determination as both weapon and shield. I pray for the courage to carry forth my convictions during the battle of business, and to resist temptation to a quicker monetary result when such temptation compromises these things for which I stand. I pray that I may be used as a lightning rod to collect the amazing ideas already present in the universe, and when blessed with such inspiration, that I may be able to apply my talents and abilities to turn the power of thought into measurable advancement of my goals. I pray to retain my childhood wonder so that I may recognize and revel in the small miracles of each day that others may miss. I pray for an infinite supply of self-confidence, for it alone fortifies faith, strengthens my resolve, and conquers the largest enemy I will ever face, fear. I pray for a compassionate spirit and the patience to offer those who seek my advice and my help my full and undivided attention. I pray for good health and a feeling of well-being, and the continued desire to improve those areas of my physical life I may be neglecting in the name of my spiritual and entrepreneurial advancement. I pray that today is a day of excellence, and at its conclusion, I can acknowledge and be grateful for the forward motion I have made and the growth I have experienced. I pray most of all for the understanding and support of those closest to my heart, my family, that they will equate what may seem like endless hours of apparent preoccupation with affairs of business to what is at the very core of my being, that which drives me. For once I achieve what I have set out in its fullest, I will become that more complete being I strive to be. It is for these things I pray, for I am an entrepreneur. An undivided attention.
Well, today's reading is day 15, and we're going to learn magically how to heal our relationships. The chapter of today is Magically Heal Your Relationships. Beginning with the reading, let me get the page right. Okay. If you have a difficult or broken relationship, or suffering from a broken heart, or hold any resentment or blame toward another person for anything, you can change it through gratitude. Gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationship, whether that person is a husband or a wife, a brother or sister, son or daughter, partner, boss, business client, work colleague, mother or father-in-law, parent, friend, or neighbor. When we are faced with a difficult relationship or a challenging situation in a relationship, in almost all cases, we're not the least bit grateful for the other person. Instead, we're busy blaming the other person for the problems we have with them, and that means we don't have a shred of gratitude. Blame is never going to make a relationship better, and it's never going to make your life better. In fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets, and the worse your life gets. Whether it's a current relationship or a past relationship, if you harbor bad feelings toward another person, practicing gratitude will eliminate those feelings. Why would you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Gautama Buddha says, he quotes, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burnt. That's deep. Bad feelings about another person burn your life, but gratitude will eliminate them. For example, if you have an ex-partner who is connected to you through your children and the relationship isn't good, look at your children's faces and realize that they wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for your ex-partner. Your children's lives are one of the most precious gifts you have. Look at your children and give thanks to your ex-partner for their lives every single day. As well as bringing peace and harmony to the relationship, through your example, you will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life, gratitude. Or, if you're suffering from a broken heart or grief due to a relationship have ended, you can use gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. Gratitude magically transforms emotional pain into healing and happiness faster than anything else. And the story of my parents is a perfect example of that. My mother and father fell in love with each other virtually at first sight. From the moment they met, they were truly grateful to be with each other. And they had the most beautiful marriage I have ever seen. When my father died, my mother understandably suffered from enormous grief. After months of suffering, she began to use gratitude's magical power, and despite her immense grief and pain, she looked for the things to be grateful for. She began with the past, and she recalled all the wonderful times of happiness she had received through the decades with my father. Then she took the next big step, and to be grateful for in the future. One by one, she found them. She found or remembered things she had always wanted to do, but didn't have time to do when my father was alive. And with this courage, step of gratitude, opportunities to fulfill her dreams magically poured in, and her life became rich with happiness again. The magical power of gratitude gave my mother a new life. For today's magical practice, you're going to look for a hot coal that is burning in your life and literally turn it into gold through gratitude. Choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. It doesn't matter whether the person is currently in your life or if it's a past relationship and the person is no longer in your life. Sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for. The person you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. Let me read that again. You're going to sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. Think back through the history of the relationship and list the great things about the person or the great things you received from the relationship. The easiest way to do this is to think back to the way things were before the relationship deteriorated or ended. If the relationship was never good, then think hard about any good qualities in the person because they are there. The magical practice is not about who is right or wrong. No matter what you feel someone has done to you, no matter what someone said or didn't do, you can magically heal the relationship, and you don't need the other person in order to heal it. There is gold in every relationship, even the difficult ones. And to bring riches to all your relationships and your life, you have to find the gold. As you dig and discover a nugget of gold, write it down. Address the person by name and express your sentence in gratitude. You're going to write their name, and you're going to say, I'm grateful for, and then write what you're grateful for from that person. Here's an example. Paul, I'm grateful for our time together. While our marriage did end, I learned a lot. I am so much wiser today, and I use what I learned from our marriage in many of my relationships today. That's a good one. Here's another example. Paul, I'm grateful for everything you did to try and make our marriage work. Because 10 years of marriage means you did try. That's another good one. Here's a third example. Paul, I am grateful to you for our children. The joy I receive from them every day could not be without you. It could have never been without that other person. And now here's another example she gives. Paul, I'm grateful to you for the hard work and long hours you put in to support our family. While I was at home taking care of our children, it was a big responsibility to have all of us dependent on you. So thank you. She gives a lot of good examples. Number 5 is, Paul, I am grateful to you for the precious moments I had with our children as they grew up. I got to see our children talk and walk for the first time, and I know you didn't have that opportunity. Her 6th example is, Paul, I'm grateful for your support when I went through a difficult time of grief and loss. Her 7th example is, Paul, I'm grateful to you for the times when I was sick and you did your best to take care of me and the children. Her 8th example is, Paul, I'm grateful for the great times we had, and we did have many. Her next example is, Gregory, I'm grateful that you want to continue to be a father to our children. And her 10th example is, Gregory, I'm grateful for your support and the time you want to give to our children. I know that they mean as much to you as they do to me. By the time you finish your gratitude list of 10 things, you should feel much better about the person and the relationship. The ultimate point you want to reach is where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore. Because it's your life that is harmed by those feelings. Every relationship is different, and if need be, you may choose to repeat this magical practice over several days until you reach the point where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore. If you are using a gratitude's magical power to improve a current relationship, you will see the relationship begin to change miraculously before your eyes. It only takes one person to magically change a relationship through gratitude, but it is the person who uses gratitude who receives the benefit in the whole life. If you choose a past relationship where you are not in contact with the person anymore, you will feel a peace and happiness fill you. And at the same time, you will see other current relationships in your life magically improve. In the future, if a relationship becomes challenging, remember to use this magical practice immediately. You will stop the difficulties before they get any bigger, and instead you will increase the magic in the relationship. This was powerful today. It's ironic. When I read this chapter, the first time I read the book, I did not realize I was harboring ill feelings toward other people. I had some difficult relationships in my life, and when I practiced it, when I became conscious of it, and I practiced this practice on my ex-father-in-law, ex-boyfriends, um, and a girlfriend I grew up with. I actually ended my relationship with her, and do this practice. And I was looking back over the times that we were close in junior high and high school. I actually missed her and wasn't even aware I was. So sometimes in the moment, we can end a relationship out of anger because we can't see what we should be grateful for by them being part of our lives. You know, anger is an ugly thing, and it really does work on you. It doesn't work on the other person. When you look back at the people you're carrying your anger with, it's not affecting their lives. They move on, and they learn how to live without you, but they're still controlling you through your anger. So this is a very good practice for anyone that was in an abusive relationship, especially if you have children, because your anger is hurting your children because they have to be in the middle of you all not getting along. And that's a horrible place to be. My children had to experience that through my own personal ignorance with my ex-husband. And today, they're grown and have lives of their own, and they let me know how they felt. You know, at that time, I wasn't considering them. And if it's hurting them bad enough, your children will grow up and they will let you know how they felt. They will let both of you know that they didn't ask to come here. They're a gift to us, and we have to actually remember that we are shaping and molding them. And we can do damage without even realizing it. So this is a very good practice today. Before I move forward, I'm going to invite Sam. Let me see if he's in the room. Hey, Sam, you want to unmute and give your 2 cents on your thoughts, a comment, or anything about today?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through great.
Good. Well, I was a little pushed for time, but as I always said, the gratitude series has really been uplifting for me personally, and because I'm going through some stressful times right now myself, and it really works for me. So I try to get in here to listen all I can and learn, because it's real important to be involved and express the way I feel and all that. So anybody listening today, I'd urge them to come back at 11 o'clock Eastern Time at marketintellicenter.com and listen to Deborah teach on gratitude. It's been a real uplifting series so far, and we still got a ways to go yet, right?
Yeah, we are at the halfway mark, so we have maybe another 2 weeks of this challenge. We'll plan out the 4th book of the series as to how we're going to work it from there. Because my plan is to not only just do the personal development, I want to help those that are coming into our personal development with other areas of their life, like their business and their plans for the future. Because there's a series of things that I've come across that has helped me ground myself. The key thing I'm recognizing is all the noise, the chatter that is in network marketing. And when you put together a blueprint for moving forward and can put more of your focus on personal development because your business is growing on its own, just becoming a more sociable individual versus hard work of doing things. It simplifies the life and it puts you in a humble state of understanding. If you chase the dollar, then you lose the focus of everything else that is going to matter in the end. For those of you that don't know, this is Sam Bradley from Marion, North Carolina. He's my co-host on the Hangout, and he makes it a lot easier for me to be here. And I'm very grateful for him to participate with me in this voluntary effort of sharing this Hangout with others. When you have someone else on the panel, it actually makes it a little more comfortable and a lot more confident to just be here, and I just wanted to share with him that I'm very grateful for his presence. I really am. I know he has a lot on his plate. He's where I just came out of. He takes care of his wife and his father, because those of us that are baby boomers, we know what is transpiring as we move into the future. Many of us are taking care of our parents, and then if you have a partner that's sick too, it becomes, it can be very overwhelming. I walked that road for 10 years with my father and my husband, who was schizophrenic and bipolar, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. So I empathize with his position because I know it. I've been there in it. I know those footsteps. And anyone else out there that is experiencing overwhelmness with being a caregiver, this book will help you ground and deal with the things that you will go through. I didn't do it out of obligation. I did it because I wanted to do it. I feel so grateful that I chose that path to care for my mother until she passed, to care for my father. I even think today of the questions I should have asked then to help me know more about where I come from. It's funny, once they're gone, you can't ask, I now wonder about my grandparents. When I was growing up, both sets of my grandparents had passed. My mother was raised by her aunt, my father by his grandmother. And they both were very young when they lost their parents. So I didn't get an opportunity to get to know my grandparents. So one of the things that you guys got to remember, especially the young ones, ask questions. Don't be so busy that you don't take time to learn who you are in this journey and where you're coming from. When you know where you're coming from, it will help you to know where you're going. This book has just actually opened up a whole can of possibilities for me, and I'm evolving and changing as I put the practice in. I apply the practice, and I'm realizing that I'm happier. I'm more calmer. I'm more conscious and focused on the important things of life. I haven't taken myself out of the equation of making money. It just seems to naturally come now. My focus used to be on it 24/7. And now I'm learning a new method that I think some of the richest of people already knew. You don't know what you don't know until you start looking into growing, evolving past those that raised you, because they didn't do anything wrong. They only knew what they knew, and they passed it on to you. Now it's your job to make that a bigger paradigm of wisdom to pass on to your children and other people's children as well. You know, one of the things that in my spiritual journey, I learned was I wanted to know why was I here? You know, why did my parents have me? Why did God send me here? And out of that came a quote that I say, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and my experience is to be an example to those that come behind me and be a helper to those that came before me. And when you put things in the perspective of that, for me, it actually allows me to know my role in every relationship that I'm in, and I'm grateful for that. I didn't know that in my 20s and 30s. I was so busy building a business, running a business. I sacrificed a lot. So, you know, we should always be learning something new every day in every area of our life, you know, in finances, in relationships, in health. You know, these areas cannot be sacrificed because it's a well-rounded picture for each and every one of us. So I want to say today, I'm grateful for this chapter. I know when I got it, this is my third reading of the book, so each chapter is not new for me, but I do learn something new every time I read it. That's what's so amazing. Her 10 examples were very thorough, and it's funny, she utilized in her examples a divorced couple or a strained relationship and marriage. And that was the very thing, it's funny, that was the very thing I needed. Because I didn't get along well with my in-laws, and I was forever blaming them as the problem and never considered I was part of that equation, because it just was, you know, I'm about to put the blame game out there, and I didn't want to do that. So it just is what it is. And in fact, my ex-father-in-law has passed on now. But up until then, he, you know, it's funny. 10 years before he passed, might have been 12, he came to bridge us, to say, I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry to me. And I thought I received it deeply, but I guess I didn't. It was only until I started to really take a look at what the journey was without him. Oh, I'm sorry for this. I forgot to turn my Skype off. I'm sorry. In fact, I'm going to invite her to the hangout. That's my friend from New Jersey, Terry. As I was saying, today was a very good reading for today. Now, to wrap up and summarize our day, I'm going to read it. I'm going to take a small pause and share with you one of our sponsors. If I can find it on the list. Here we go. And I'll be right back. Let me get this up. Apologize for the pause. I'll be right back.
How would you like to make $20 just by filling out a simple form on your computer? Well, you can, and there's also a way to continue earning $20 over and over again. Let me explain how it works. You've seen those gift cards and debit cards at the front of the big box stores.
You know what? I had grabbed the wrong link and I
You know, it's a
apologize.
holiday season and I am so broke. I lost my job months ago and still haven't found any place that is hiring at a good rate of pay.
Listen, in winning back our future, we need to be more passionate, have a brazen willingness to scrap what doesn't work, and the entrepreneurial spirit to try what does.
Oh yeah, you can say that. Look at you. Not a care in the world, and I never hear you complaining about all the drama going on in the world today.
Listen, when you help someone else, God helps you. So I go around helping others, passing out $20 bills. You know, I tried to tell you about it a month ago.
No, you didn't tell me. What is it?
About NetSpend. You know, the prepaid debit card that allows you to manage your money and make money at the same time. Girl, it requires no credit check, so there's no credit card debt, there's no minimum balance, and thank goodness, no bounce check fees to deal with.
Oh no, you did not tell me about this.
Well, I'm telling you now. See, it works like this. I invite you to get a NetSpend prepaid debit card. You can order the card by going to $20gift.com. You activate your new card once it arrives in the mail, and then add at least $40 to your NetSpend card account. Then NetSpend gives you $20, and I get $20 for referring you. That's it.
And the money's free? Shoot, I want to order me one right now. What's that site?
Oh, goodness, look at you. Just go to $20gift.com.
www.20gift.com. Got it. Thanks, girlfriend. I'm going to tell everybody I know and start passing out $20 too.
Now, next time I try to tell you something, maybe you will pay attention. Just remember, $20gift.com.
I had grabbed the wrong link at first. I apologize for that.
Deborah,
Yes.
will that play a YouTube video from the Hangout?
I can send you the link to it. All I can do is play it audioly through the Hangout. It won't play the video, but I have that link. That's an old link that I had, video that I had made on another channel back in 2012. That's actually, and I wanted to share that at the end of the summary. This is what we do. I took, we have marketingtelecenter.com that you can go there and you can click the video portion icon on that page. And what we can do is set you up with a voiceover. This was actually, I had this voiceover made. It's a 60-second voiceover, and then we put it to images to make your video. And it's actually, I'm a member of NetSpend. I've been with them since 2005, and I wanted something that was radiated toward the holiday. That is my holiday NetSpend video. So that was what that video was, Sam. I will share the link with you, and you can utilize that on your page or play it in Tiny Chat for your NetSpend page. Me and Sam both are NetSpend users, and you can have what we do is we utilize that as a feeder program for everything that we do, and it's free money. I just find it hard to understand how people that are struggling can't see the benefit of NetSpend. They get hung up on the small stuff, and I tell people all the time, don't sweat the small stuff. This is actually a very viable card that allows you to make money and manage your money at the same time. I love the card. It allows me to save shop online. I never have to worry about anybody getting into my account, because this card comes with a virtual card that allows you to make a virtual credit card number with the expiration date and a 3-digit number on the back of the card, but it's virtual, and it's from your back office. And if you sign up with subscriptions, or you shop on eBay or Amazon or any site, and when you through shopping, you don't want them to use that number again for any reason at all, mostly to steal your money, you go disable that virtual card and nobody can ever use that card again. You never have to worry about canceling a subscription. You never have to do anything but use the virtual card, and when you're through, disable it. The other thing that is good about this card is it has a 5% saving. So any money that you save in your savings account that is attached to your card, you actually get 5% paid in interest on your money. No bank is paying 1%. And if there is, let me know. So I don't have to be telling a lie about it. But I don't know. I've checked all of the major banks around my city, and none of them are paying 1%. They paid 0.9 something percent. And that's nothing. That's nothing. There is no way of making money nowadays through the banking system. But Netspend, because it values its customers, they've gone overboard to help you manage and make money at the same time. This is unlimited referrals. Their program is actually refer a friend and share the wealth. Now, yes, you're going to pay a fee if you use the card, but if you don't use it more than 5 times a month, then I would suggest, if you are going to use it more than 5 times a month, then I would suggest getting in one of their monthly plans. I pay $5 a month for unlimited swipes. I can swipe it 1,000 times and I've only paid $5. But some cards charge $1 to $2.50 for swiping their card, and that can be costly. Okay, if you decide to order your card through me or Sam, we will instruct you on the proper way to use it and make money at the same time. We'll also show you how to get your own page, and we'll share videos with you to get you up and going to share with your people. Sam actually made $80 with his first card. When he signed up, he made $20 because I referred him, and then he signed up his mother and his father, and he got another 20 off of each of them, and then they got their 20 because Netspend pays the person you refer, and they pay you as the refer $20. Now, $20 don't sound like a lot of money. I know, I understand, but when you multiply that by 3, 4, 5 a day, that's $60 to $100 a day you're making. I don't know any other business that you need to be in other than to educate people on safe shopping and say making money. Let your money make you money. And that's what I like. Let your money make you money. Instead of you working for the money, let your money work for the money. But I want to wrap up the book, and then I want to share some other things. I just wanted to answer. When I get on the subject of Netspend, I got so much I want to say. I'm going to have to do a hangout solely about Netspend and making money through Netspend.
Yeah. I was just testing to see if this video would come up on the streaming Tiny Chat. We're streaming on Tiny Chat right now.
Yeah, and if you add a video to Tiny Chat, what it does, it takes that video that's streaming down. So that's why I couldn't add it to Tiny Chat right now, because then it would take the live stream of the hangout out of the queue. So you see what I'm saying?
Well, it's streaming now. I mean, it is working.
Yeah, you know what? And thank you so much for that suggestion, because that solved the problem of running both rooms.
Yes. I
thank you for that. That's great. I see you. I can even see you as I live stream with it. That's awesome. That's awesome. So as long as I mute my window, it'll stream right through Tiny Chat. But we got to remember, we can't play any other videos while we're feeding the live stream through Tiny Chat. This is powerful. As of Wednesday, and I'm going to make that announcement. Let's wrap up the book for those. I want to respect people's time.
Okay.
Because they might want to get the summary of the day. So I'm going to wrap up the summary of the day, and then I'll give some announcements. Magic practice number 15. The summary of the day is magically heal your relationships. We're going to count you're going to count your blessings, and you're going to make a list of 10 blessings, which we've been doing every day for the last 14 days. You make a list of 10 things that are blessings into your life. You're going to write why you're grateful for them. And then you're going to reread your list at the end of each day, each blessing saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the analogy of saying thank you times is because that is the complete, God's completion of whatever you're saying thankful for. And you're going to feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. Then you're going to choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. You're going to sit down and you're going to make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. You're going to write it down in the following way. Their name, and then you're going to put a comma and you're going to say, I'm grateful for, and then you're going to write what you're grateful for about that person. As like we did in the 10 examples she gave. And then you're going to just, before you go to sleep tonight, you're going to hold your magic rock in one hand. I hope you all that have gotten on board with this training have got your magic rock. And you're going to say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during your day. And that's the summary for today. Very simple. And some of you, I know in the beginning, some of you feel like, oh, this is so much to do. But in reality, it's not. You know, it's a simple step of being grateful for everything in your life. Writing it down is a simple notebook, a little pocket notebook with a pen, and you just take the time in the middle of, you know, whatever you're doing, and just write down, I'm grateful for, and then, you know, write why, and put the book away, and then move on with your day. You can do it throughout the day at different times of the day. There's something you consciously become aware of something. Instead of doing it all at one time, I actually do mine during the course of the whole day. I keep a journal with me. I have a little pink journal that I write in. And when something good happens, I just write down that it was a blessing in my life and why it was a blessing in my life. And then I also do the practice that is teaching me. Now, this was very easy for me. I've already done the practice. What I'm going to do is go back over my life and look at anyone else that I could think of, because at the time I've done it, I only wrote down 3 problematic relationships of the past. I'm going to look at the current now, and one of them is very, you know, obvious with me, okay? It's a roller coaster ride, and if I become more grateful about, because there are good things. There are good things in the relationship. I love this person dearly, and if I just stay focused on the positive and not the negative, our relationship will heal even more. We are on a path of healing, but it's little things that push the buttons that take us back to where we were, and I'm just going to practice this exercise a day about that person, because I'm very grateful that we're back united and doing things together, and it could be better. She's trying, I'm trying, and it could be better. So I'm going to do that practice today, because I am grateful, very grateful. I love her dearly. We just have, you know, some things in our history that affects us in our current day, and I want the relationship stronger. So with that said, that ends the what we've been talking about with today's day 15, where you're going to heal your relationships. Tomorrow is Magic and Miracles in Health. Day 16 will be Magic and Miracles in Health. So make sure you come back tomorrow and experience what we're going to find out about Magic and Miracles in Health. And this is another biggie with me. I am on a path of healthier eating. I've become more conscious of the type of foods that we can buy at the grocery store versus getting farm-grown fresh fruits and vegetables. I have actually, and I'll have a lot to say tomorrow. I've actually learned how to, I've actually, like I'm saying is, I don't eat meat anymore. I don't. I just, the circumstances of meat, you have to see the video. I can't even explain it. And every time I see it, I just wonder how I'm still alive today from the experience of eating meat. So, it's crazy, but if you knew, if you don't know, all I can say is if you knew, it would blow your mind what we are eating. And then it took me to a whole nother level of understanding we are all walking by faith. We don't know when we go to a restaurant, we don't know what's in that food we're eating. It's crazy, but you could be subject to so many negatives of the preparation of the food without even knowing it. And there's been circumstances out there that people have shared that they've gone through. I remember one very truly, and it actually impacted me enough that I stopped eating at that restaurant. Not, the whole chain. I just left the whole chain alone. And that was Kentucky Fried Chicken. A woman had purchased some chicken, and a rat had fell into the deep fryer, and she was served that as chicken and had consumed part of it. I can't imagine how she didn't see the hair and all that, but she had consumed some of it before she realized what she was eating. So we have to be careful and conscious. We really need to become more conscious and aware of our surroundings, what's in front of us. So many of us are going through life with blinders on. And this book is a beginnings process in anyone's life to become more conscious and grateful that, you have the life you have and that you are protected by a higher power that watches over you. And some people fall through the cracks, but it is of their own choosing. If they're not personally developing a consciousness to the world we live in today, and many of us are not. I was guilty of that before I started this spiritual journey. So I know how easy it is to be there. But I pray every day that everyone wake up and see that there's some serious things going on in our world, and we need to wake up to them and see what's really going on. With that said, I want to share an announcement. If you're interested in being interviewed on the Conversations with Deborah show, we're looking for people to interview. Please go to marketingtelecenter.com, click the interview banner, and opt in for an interview. We will help you grow your business. We're here to help you help yourself. And this is one avenue that we can bring in listeners. You can market the show after the interview because it is recorded and shared with your new sign-ups or whatever. But it's you talking about you and what you do, and we're going to edify you for your business. So we're looking for people to interview. It is very simple. If those of you that are camera shy, don't worry about it. We will. You can use your profile picture. You don't have to be on cam. I'd like for us both to be on cam, but it can be an interview without cam or with cam. We will work all the demographics of that out after you opt in. You can also give me a list of questions to ask you because you know more about your business because you're in it. So you can give me a list of questions to include what I normally would ask the person, and it makes the interview go easier because you already know what I'm going to ask. And the purpose of the interview is to help you get a recorded session about you and what you do. Not so much, in branding, You need to be edified as the person that people connect to, and then they follow you in what you do. Once you learn that, you realize that you're looking for avenues to be uh, edified and giving expertise status in what you do. And the more you can share with people that experience that at their comfort level, then the better your business will be. All weekend long, I do my research and I see where we are making a shift. There's a big shift going on to mobile and video. It's in a slow process because most people don't know how to get going with it. But if you're making the shift into mobile and making it, into video and then making it mobile, high definition that people can play on their mobile devices, I can show you how to put out through the news feed of Facebook that video and a strong invite to see more about what it is that you do. So please go to marketingtelecenter.com. In fact, if you're on our YouTube channel, it's in the description. Or if you got an invite to the Hangout, it should be in the description that I set up the event, and you can click that and go there and hit the interview icon. And let's set a date and let's get involved with getting that going for you. If you need a video for your business, or you need a jingle is something where it's audio, but it's talking specifically about your business. Sam and I can get that set up for you and going. Go to the same website, marketingtelecenter.com, and click the video icon and opt in to have a video made, and we will get with you and see exactly what the business is and everything that you want to get a video made for. Now, some of you make your own videos, and that's fine. That's great that you know how to do it, but sometimes you need a professional video, like the one I played for Netspin. I spent the money to get that made, and I'm very proud of it because I could have never done it as well as they done it. And it allows me to stay focused on what I know how to do, and that's to share the benefits of that card, and not so much I would have overloaded that. I never would have had that video in 60 seconds with as much as I like to talk about Netspin. So it's getting a professional that is outside of the box and give you favor on what it is that you're wanting to say in a professional manner. We also have on Sunday morning, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, we have our our mandate project.tv. Stan is sharing with you his ministry, giving you inspiration under the word. And I hope that you can come out and share that experience with us on Sunday morning. And that's at mandateproject.tv. With that, I want to ask Sam, do you have anything that you want to share in announcements? I'm trying to cover as much of it as I can think of.
You did a fine job on it. Covered all the bases, I believe, and also we advertise, except for advertising on marketingtelecenter.com. You can put a banner on there to advertise, and also feature link to your website, to a website. It's new.
Yes. Which you know what, Sam, you just gave me an idea. I'm going to talk to you afterwards. I own 2 traffic exchanges, and I don't have them live right now because I just didn't have the time to manage all that was entailed in those traffic exchanges. But now that I've emptied my plate and got very focused on what it is I like to do, I'm going to talk to you about that because everybody's looking for a means of advertising and making money at the same time. So we need to talk about that. I have two licenses for traffic exchanges that all I got to do is just contact the company and they'll put them right back up. I'm going to need some new artwork because the old artwork is actually was a, like with fatsitesmall.com, that was in honor of my son who was murdered, and I want to change the images now because I realize if you hold on to the old, you can't move forward with the new. And that's where I'm at right now, is considering. It's still in honor of him because he was always talking about, I named the site Fat Sites because he was always using the word, oh, that's fat. And I didn't understand what he meant by it. And he was trying to explain to me that, Mom, that means good. You know, that's something superb or has a lot of value. And I said, oh, okay, fat, P-H-A-T, and then the word sites. So I utilize that. Everybody probably would know either. I'm not the only clueless person in the world, but I did name the traffic exchange fatsitesmall.com. And it's not up right now, so you don't need to go there. But I'm thinking about putting that back in place. In fact, I think I'm pointing that. If you go there, you'll find out I am pointing it to a membership site about marketing. But yeah, when you were talking about the advertising aspects of, getting your advertisement on our anchor pages would help. When people come there, they get to see the advertisement as well as what we're sending them for. And some people take the time to look at everything, and that's where you want to be, in an ideal spot where there's heavy traffic with your marketing. So yes, go to marketingtelecenter.com, and we have the interview, we have the YouTube icon for building you a jingle or a video, and then we have the advertising. And so we have those three things to offer you as a part of our joint venture of working together. I'm very grateful for my co-host, Sam, for being here. We got quite a few people who are listening today, Sam. I'm surprised. With it being Monday morning, everybody has a thing about Monday morning getting started. I guess there's more people coming on because there are more people working at home. I appreciate that from all of you. Sam, I'm going to end the broadcast at this point. I want to thank you for being here. Each and every one of you, please live a life of gratitude. Your life will be better from this day forward. Remember, this is your best life now. What you do, the choices you make, and how you walk in gratitude will determine the rest of your days and how well they'll be. Reach out, touch somebody, give them a hug, and just ask them, how can I help you today? Everyone have a great day. Bye-bye.